Officials work behind the scenes today on details of a possible visit to Israel by Egyptian President Mubarak. It would be his first as Egypt's leader. Mubarak made the offer last night, but only if it would lead to what he called a just peace. Bob Simon has that story in Tel Aviv.
Everyone here thinks it's a wonderful idea. The Doves?
I'm all for it.
And the Hawks?
I think any such initiative is welcome.
And the Americans?
It is something that I think could contribute to the improvement of relations.
But there's no reason to believe Mubarak plans to come anytime soon. Israeli officials believe he'd need the kind of guarantees that Prime Minister Shamir is not in a position to give. With his cabinet still forming, it will have at least 26 members, the largest ever. Shamir is said to be at work on his own peace initiative to be announced in a few weeks. If Yasser Arafat thought he was making the compromise of the decade by agreeing to a mini-state on the West Bank and Gaza, what Shamir has in mind is a lot less than that. Shamir remains utterly opposed to a Palestinian state of any size, to negotiations with the PLO, to an international conference. He has expressed willingness to consider autonomy for Palestinians in the territories, and elections, and peace talks under the auspices of the United States and the Soviet Union. Shamir wants to get his ideas out before President-elect Bush comes in.
If I thought it would further the peace process, I'd get on that plane right now and go. But
Shamir's proposals will be designed to take the pressure off from Washington and perhaps to convince the Americans to stop flirting with the PLO before it gets serious.
We are going to try to persuade Washington to change the move that they've made and stop the talks with the PLO.
And while these ideas are floating around, the situation on the ground remains much the same, with the Palestinians convinced that if they take the pressure off, they'll be back on the back burner and off the world's agenda in a very short time. Bob Simon, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
The radical Palestinian guerrilla group led by Abu Nidal said today it has freed 2 young French sisters taken hostage more than a year ago. As of tonight, they still have not turned up. The Libyan-backed group seized the 2 girls, their mother, and 5 others from a yacht off the occupied Gaza Strip. The guerrilla group accused them of being spies for Israel.